Greetings, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Random reads here today. This will be relevant for you when you find it. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, irrespective of your sign. It is timeless because we always remember the past and plan for the future and use both of those energies to live by in the now. Right? Everything is always for our highest good that we hear here. And we always ask for the information from the original source, the original thought, and the original word. Sometimes we'll grasp these things from the Akash, and we also will receive clarity in the information from all energies benevolent to us, energies, beings, and entities in all dimensions as well. This has not got anything to do with any kind of timeline 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, which is what I do with a lot of them. This is about really what is most relevant. There's all kinds of goodies out there. Some of the things that have been popping up have been things about AI. A lot of the things I would encourage you to, if you are looking for more information, maybe practical information, you could look at the video I did with Agnost about AI, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There have been some more recent developments with those individuals who are providing this so-called intelligence. And there's a great deal of history there. If you start looking at what's the impetus for all of this, not just the impetus, but also the whole idea of making it social, I heard palatable, acceptable. I think most people are aware of it, but they are not aware of the ramifications of our acceptance of it. Because if you have knowledge of something and we don't necessarily say, I do not consent, you see it, you acknowledge it, you have to make the decision to refute it and say, I do not consent. Because this is something right now that a lot of people are willing to consent to. And, it's gonna be a very tumultuous time. I feel like the second half of this reading is also gonna be about the whole weather manipulation or weather control. It's also about remembering who we are, what we are, and this is what this artificial grid that's being set up under the guise of connection through the ether, by the way, a fake grid over the top of the natural grid. And people can clear the natural grid, but good luck with getting rid of the artificial grid. There are some very small scale efforts to get rid of the artificial grid, but I think it's really at a standing where people are just being made aware of that. A lot of people will say there is no such thing as free anything, especially when it comes to energy. There is an exchange of energy. So when you exchange energy, what are you doing with that? I'm told 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 can sometimes be a number that, if you look at the cards, it's like 5 of Pentacles being left out. 5 of Swords, a little bit of a skirmish. A little bit of, I don't know, not really anxiety, but it's like, it's that, what in God's green earth is going on? So I guess that's part of it too. So this is still about the awareness of this fake stuff we got being set up and how accepting we are of it. It's been brought to us through entertainment, and I think that that's a big part of it. A lot of us get addicted to that. Yeah, this is big, guys. This is like really big. All right. This is whatever you're seeing on the media. I don't care if it's mass or alternative. They're all in on one way, or whether they're aware of it or not. They're in on the perpetuation of this shenanigans, right? And I don't want any part of it. It's Yeah, there are very clever ways that people are going to be considered to be targeted. There is an alternative media distraction at this point, and I kind of feel like that's what's going on as well. And the ones involved in that have no idea they're part of what's been going on, you know, because that's the other thing too about, oh, that resonates with me. Please be very careful with that. Right now, things can, because something resonates, it doesn't mean it makes you feel better. It doesn't mean it makes you feel good. It means it feels right. Okay. So if it makes you feel good, that doesn't necessarily mean it resonates. Right. So let's not confuse that. Um, I've heard people say that using some illicit drugs is like, receiving the breath of God. Whoa, I don't usually get that many with those. Wowzers. Wowzers. Yeah, there's a lot here. These are the sacred geometry. So incoming, we'll do a second thing on, like I said, on some of the conflicting information about the weather, because the weather has been really kind of weird, right? Uh, but this is about, I feel like it's AI. I feel like it's about anything that's artificial with the lack of intelligence, artificial that's a poser, communication. Wow. All right. Well, okay. All right. So, wow. Holy cannoli. We're going to start right here. I'm going to have to kind of like figure this bad boy out. All right. And I got these guys that are going to go this way, and this way. We got quite a stack here to get through. And this is all about awareness, discernment. And I feel like it's also going to be very poignant regarding the main and alternative media sources that I think a lot of people have trusted over the years, especially recently. Page of Swords. So there's going to be a return to this idea of our thoughts and words having more impact. We're going to wake up to some of the thoughts and words. What is mine? What is not mine? What is something that I'm picking up that is different? What is it that I can cut away that is not useful to me? Because sometimes if it's not yours, doesn't mean it should be cut away. You could be getting information from outside of self, right? That could be very, very useful. I heard the word pinnacle, top, right? Yeah, it's Three of Cups. Emotional detachment. It's an emotional detachment, but emotionally detaching from things that don't serve us. Not getting swept up in the party aspect, not getting swept up because we, just, hey, what did that come from, like the 60s or something? If it feels good, do it. Not necessarily a good idea to do that this time. Well, I think that's kind of the idea here. This has got something to do with three aspects of the self, and there's something else too, because this is not just for one group. There are also three parties somewhere, and I don't know what the parties are. And I'm not talking about whoop whoop party. I'm talking about groups, small groups. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of information, fast and furious, baby. I'm going to take a little sip of my lemon water. But the messages that are coming through are not going to be, I can't, it's like they're going to come from all sources, all aspects, all venues, all avenues. It's going to come in from, let's look at that. These swords are in the clouds, right? Sorry about the twitchy camera. It's just going to have to be for the time being. Fix it when I can. Not going to be for a minute. But anyway, this whole idea of, we got to get our heads out of the fucking cloud. Excuse me. We got to get our head out of the freaking clouds. Yeah, if anybody knows me personally, you're just going to have to get over that. But this whole thing is, there's something about fractured. I don't like the term fractal because that denotes something that is disconnected. None of us is disconnected from anything. We are all connected in every single way to each other and to all things. The problem is the conduits are clogged. We need a spiritual roto-rooter to come in here and maybe a big frickin' fan to blow the mist of the clouds and the crap. I'm looking at aside right now my window, and those clouds, I'm telling you, they are, they're there. It's very cloudy today. Very cloudy today. Wow, there's a lot here. So 6 of Cups. So this to me says collaboration, returning to that energetic aspect of what we have inside of us. This is such a beautiful card. But if we can go ahead and this is an exchange of information from the heart. And whether you need to do that by yourself or with someone else, do it. It's definitely an exchange. It's a remembrance. And I'm not talking about remembrance of, nostalgia in a way that it's, how can I put this? The specific memories. This is about remembrance of who we are. This is about remembrance of getting into this. So if we don't have the remembrance, we're not going to know what no longer serves us. And see, these are quite young. And that to me, I'm hearing like pure and purity, purity of heart, purity of our thoughts and our words. There's a purity here for our thought life and for the things that we're going to be challenged with. Choices to be made. Boy, that personally is relevant to me, but also look at how concentrated she is. She sees equal value in the choices. So that is saying that it's going to be a challenge to make a decision. Wow. Okay. That's like really coming up. I think we have to kind of make sure that we're processing this, and that will make this more clear. Yeah, we definitely can't see it right now. Right? So this 8 of Swords, she has her back. So if we're looking too far into the future, that's why this is pushed out over here. If we're looking too far out into the future, we need to go back to the past. And here's all of this. So we're feeling kind of like we can't see because we have our back turned, and we have to have the skills to cut those bondages that we have. She's got her hands tied behind her back, but she is poised to cut that bondage. We are poised to cut that bondage. We'll be able to put our hands in front of us. We'll be able to put our hands in front of us and make that choice. And it's going to be a good choice. We're going to know it's a good choice. As soon as we do this, this is going to happen. And it's going to be like that. In the blink of an eye, as the word would say, right? It's going to unleash the high priestess in all of us. Don't get swept away. But also, this again is about a remembrance of being able to re-access these things. Ooh, I like this guy. It's the King of Wands, so I'll give you a second to look at him, but I kind of have to have my eyes on him for a minute. All right. There's a lot of symbolism on his shins, so he's well protected. And, you know, the stars are not stars. The stars are not what we think they are. The stars in this image is telling me the same thing. It's about harnessing the fire and the memory of the stars. And harnessing the memory of the stars and our will give us access to our remembrance. And that's going to reignite a lot of what we have in us. Partay. Right? Yeah, when we do that, we're definitely going to have access to the King of Cups. It's going to solidify our good memory, our good emotional memories. And the interesting thing about this card is he doesn't have his feet in water. I think in every single card that I've seen, he's got his feet in water. This dude does not. He is reveling in the balance that he has in that cup, right? That cup is your heart. Ooh, we are going to be the justice wielders. Yowza. All right. Be careful with your power. One of my favorite numbers, 11. So this is card 11. Justice. Anything else? Nope. It's almost like everything that's right here, because this is going to happen and like kind of fill in over here. Sorry. Yeah, it's like feels like there's two things going on here. Um, even though this feels like it's further away from and happening with the Eight of Swords and freeing ourselves to make the good decision, that is us, High Priestess, are here to already embody this good decision and freeing ourselves. It's kind of like it's doing this. It's like an H. Knight of Pentacles. You know, it's in a blink of an eye, but this is not going to happen quickly from an outward perspective. And I'm feeling like, I don't know what a horse represents. To me, it's loyalty, honor, wisdom, fealty. Don't know if that's accurate. In this particular image, the horse looks to me a little bit on the wonky side. But there's total trust. Total trust. Total trust. This is going to get, I feel like it's going to come up this way. 5 of Cups. And it's like you got 2 in the hand and 3 on the floor. And don't lament that. You might feel like you're letting go. And this is here. This is like here. So here are the 3 cups. We've used them. We've found benefit in them. Don't lament them. Don't lament those 3. Revel in them. Revel in the 3. Revel in the 3. You've got the 2. The 2 made 1 and have grown. So the 2 individuals have grown the fruit and the flower in the cup. And now you have the 2. And don't dwell on the 3 because they've served their purpose. There's more. This feels like this. We need to like cut this stuff out, man. We need to like let go of that dookie because now we're back over to the 4 of Cups. But again, it's still 3 cups. It's 3 cups. And that's okay. You know what's kind of cool? Okay, so the 2 have become 1. Wow. The 2 have become 1. The 2 have become 1 because he doesn't have, he's combining it. Wow, man, that's so awesome. Ah, 2 of Wands. It's like an etherical gathering that's hovering over all of this. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there's 18 and that's 9. But that feels, and that's the highest number that you can get, right? And it's going to bring the 2 together. Again, this is leading back to this 2 become 1. Wow, some of us might be going through a relationship. Maybe we feel like we're on our own, and then we have that second person come in that we don't see yet, and there's this union that happens. And that's the result. It's the star. It's the vulnerability. In order for us to be able to become one, we have to have the vulnerability. The beauty lies in the 1, regardless of the 2. 8 of Cups. And we will need to move on. We need to move on. Yeah, okay. We need to move on. And let's not be stagnant. We have all these choices and we may have felt like overwhelmed. And this is about judgment, but it's about judging ourselves. Making sure that we have no judgmental, self-deprecating thoughts. That we need to definitely let go of. So the interesting thing about this card is that I don't think this is in the reverse, but I feel like the way this is presented is that we are letting go of the hurt. Because I'm sorry, if you use gravity, those swords are gone. Those whatever that hurt is just a memory. It's dead, it's done, it's dusted, it's in the past, and it's been let go. It's been let go. It is let go. And this is a reminder of how far we've come in our journey and that we're able to let go. And with all the shenanigans going on, this level of awareness that we have within ourselves to remain heart-centered, it's about it's the idea that we need to be aware of the realness of what we are and who we are and the command that we have. And this whole thing with the manipulations with your mind and your body, we have to that's the cutting away. That's the cutting away, right? That's the cutting away. Look at that big freaking sword, right? That's the serious deal of justice. And, taking action to move on, that's that. Taking the action to move on. And we're going to have to let go of the woundings. Sorry. We are all letting go of the woundings right now. All of us, self included. Woundings need to be let go. If you don't let go of the woundings will not heal. We have to let go of the woundings in order for them to heal. We don't even have to let that aspect. Okay, so this is an aspect of self. This is an aspect of self that needs to just let it go. Let it be gone. Right? This needs to be embodied. Moving on. Really coarse way to put it would be suck it up, buttercup, let it go and move on. So you have to be not hearing that from someone else, but you have to be willing to hear that from yourself and be able to do it, embody it. And it takes work. Yeah, it takes work, but you're not alone. In this card, she is by her onesies, but there are etherical supports here. I don't know that they'll really come up in the card. I don't think you'll be able to see them, but I do see some other creatures. She also has butterfly wings on her face, which I think is kind of awesome, but never mind. I should get some butterfly glasses, right? That'd be kind of fun. That is like taking flight with your vision and your thoughts and your heart, knowing that you are fully blossomed, bloomed, and frickin' A, let's get this party started, right? Party started. The party is started. Didn't we get the star already? We've gotten the star already. Where is it? Three of Pentacles, 5, King, 8, King, Star. We got the star twice, y'all. So what's fun about this is we have all aspects of the world that we are able to embody. We have access to the stars. We have access to the animal world. We have access to our humanity. We have access to the sun, the moon, the stars. We have access to the earth, the air, and we have the ability to purify ourselves, not just with those things, but by those things. And it's with our thought life. Ooh, we have been enlightened. We have been enlightened, man. Wow, how awesome is this? I thought I wasn't going to be able to I was like, oh, just do this. It's like, all right, but yeah, he's got these wings. He's got it sussed. He's got it figured out. We've spent the time. We've done the due diligence. We are ready to go. We are ready to cut ourselves loose from our own bondage. So here's the caveat, I guess. So the caveat to this, it's in our mind. Okay. It's in our mind, but the 7 of fire, the 7 of wands is like a skirmish. It's a skirmish. You might have a physical skirmish, but you also might be having something more that's in your own mind. You could have both. Make good judgments. That's all I can say. Make good judgments. Find a justified reason for doing what you do. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming in. And we don't have to participate in this. Just saying. We don't have to participate in these shenanigans. Wow, those were all of the wow. These were all of the tarot. So these are the oracle. Taking or talking behind back, being envious, pettiness, attention seeking. So that's what he's avoiding. We need to have this jealousy underneath because it's been I need to have it here. Overcome. We are not victims. We are not survivors. We are overcomers. And the hanged man, if we embody this, okay, ask for help if you need it. Figure it out. You still have to do the work, but ask for help. Figure it out. If you can't make it work, keep yourself safe and ask for help. If you don't know how to ask for help, please do send me a message. You can contact me through my website. Ooh. I didn't ask for any kind of timelines or anything on this. But I feel like there's going to be some real decisions that are going to need to be made around September, October. We are going to have some options available to us. We're going to have to deal with somebody who's maybe been a player in our life. I think we're going to know who to cut off. We got to make sure we're not double crossing or doing someone in a dastardly way. Dang. Not facing the truth, dismissal, refusing to give in, and being contradicting. Right. Let's not do that. Let's overcome that with the justice. Again, I kind of feel like you can't do this on your own. There are some of us who can and some of us who cannot. Ask for help. Ask for help. Ask for help. That's the third time I'm saying it. Holding on, can't let go, and clinging. Oh my gosh. Stop. So around in the fall, we're going to have some big choices. There was 7 of Cups in here. We're going to have some big choices to make, and it's going to be a little bit different slice of that pie that's going to have us go down that road. We might feel a little bit cut off, left out in the cold. That's usually like a 5 of Wands. And tapping in, here's that butterfly again. Dag nabbit, right? There's that butterfly. That butterfly is like And it's not even a butterfly. Well, like she has butterfly like gossamer on her face, but the a couple of the leaves are like creatures. They have a life to them. And I feel like that's true. There's something that's going to be big time because this is a fall oriented. We're going to get more spiritually connected. We're going to have some questions answered. Definitely some questions answered. I don't know how this fits. I believe that's lupine in the background and aster flowers. And I can't tell what the other ones are, but they're definitely oh my God, multiple cosmic eggs. This is only one reality that we're in out of the multitude that I don't know, we don't really have access to them, but we definitely have something to do. It has something to do with taking a bigger perspective, stepping back, getting that really uber macro perspective on where we're at and what we're going through this field of dreams. So it's almost like we are such a small portion of this cosmic egg. And it's about thoughts and feelings and beliefs and realizing our pure potential and reconnecting with the vast potential that we haven't realized. So I guess it's like looking to your internal self for the answers that we're going to be seeking. Again, you can't always. So if each one of these is our personal cosmic egg, we can have discussions about that. Right? Hang on 1 second. I had to cough. Yeah, it's going to facilitate a metamorphosis. There's huge change on the horizon. The difference is, oh, we have to deal with our goblins. Okay. I don't want to rush through this. I think the thing is that when we go through this metamorphosis, we think that it's going to be quick and it's not. We're going to look back on it. It's like it was over. But the whole thing is if we don't deal with those goblins in our own energy field, and it doesn't mean these things are outside of us. They are within us. They permeate us. They transmute and transfer through us. They pass through us. Unexpected visitors. Some of those unexpected visitors might be exactly that, those transferring and passing through. Don't isolate. During this metamorphosis process that we're all kind of going through, do not isolate. Reach out to others, talk to other people. Even if you go out, I know you go out in the community and say, I don't feel like connecting to anybody. I don't feel like I can talk to anybody. You need to reach out to somebody. You have to get outside your head, your own self, and hear other ideas, or even just expounding on other ideas. If you don't have somebody that you can talk to, please do reach out. I do not have a problem listening to anybody's story. And that's the leg up. I'm the leg up, baby. If you don't have somebody, if you need somebody like face to face, go for it. This is going to help you clean up your and I'm in the same boat. I got to clean up my spiritual head. We're gonna get unexpected help, and it's gonna facilitate that cleaning it up. We're gonna finish the unfinished symphony. There's another cosmic egg for you. I can't see. That's a flying bird or butterfly or something. I can't tell what it is, but it's the music of our heart. And it's about facing who we are as well, because sometimes we don't want to face who we are. This is about taking action, Yang. It's about taking action, moving with that star, and I don't know, star energy, something. And it's going to break that cycle. So I think this round and round might feel like a round and round, but if you look at this is a process of expansion. When you go round and around, it's expanding outward and outward. You might have memory of things in the past that you're passing by. You might have memories, you're passing them by. Don't hang on to them. That's going to slow down the process. Keep working at it. Keep Here's a broom. Here's a broom, and aren't we going to be cleaning it up? Chop wood. Important. I think what I've been saying the whole time is about reaching out, having inner dialogue that's good, that's positive. Now, good doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to feel good. It just means it's good. Sometimes you have to process those negative energies, get them out there, scream and holler, whatever you got to do. So let's talk about the communication frequency. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. Stop the video if you'd like to take each one of these sacred geometry cards. These are awesome. You can embody that. That is a frequency in and of itself. Again, we had the Yang card here, and it's divine masculine, taking action. Divine masculine. 22. Card 22. Master builder. The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. No more hokey pokey is what I heard. That has a different meaning to me than what it does for other people, I'm thinking. And universal love. The frequency of universal love activates connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to our whole existence of itself. So here's the thing with universal love. Love yourself first, otherwise this ain't gonna happen. We have to love ourselves first. Synergy. That's when synergy happens. We love ourselves first, then we end up having this universal love, then synergy happens. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. I'm all about co-creating. That's like crazy important. Wow. Heart-centered divine feminine. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Wowzers. Right? That's it. That's like everything. I will have to do a separate reading for, I feel like this is how we're going to be able to become more aware of what this whole AI thing is. This is something that we need to go inward to express outwardly. We're going to really ramp up our ability to get through what's coming. And I think this whole weather manipulation thing is going to be addressed as well. We'll see what happens, but thanks for stopping by. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you hit that notifications bell, because you never know when I'm going to be like hopping on and doing something fun with somebody else. But otherwise, I will see you all on the flip side. Bye.